Hi everyone, it's Brenda. Welcome back. I hope everyone is doing good. Today I thought I would use my the rest of my pieces from my Shabby Suite Kit and do a collaged masterboard so that it can be cut up and used for tags, journaling cards, pockets, whatever you want. This is a piece of paper that I just had laying around. It's a piece of baby paper, so we're going to cover this side because the other side has these beautiful little flowers on there, and I thought they were so pretty. Let me just close my door. There we go. Excuse me. Brat's sleeping on the couch, so all is well. I have some, this paper is just from a plant book that I have, and it's at the back, and it tells you what all the different plants are and stuff, and it explains where they grow and what you do to maintain them and stuff like that. So we're going to use those because this is pretty much all I have left of the plant book itself. So that's going to be the base. And then I have some of the papers left. And then I have little pieces that I've cut of the bottoms, like with the rulers, and cut out the little images just to kind of have like on the top, but we'll get to that. So if you'd like to craft along with me, grab some of your scrap paper, book page, music page, whatever kind of pages you like. Even if you have painted pages that you have, you know, rubbed your paintbrush out on, like use all that stuff. And then I have some stamps. I just grabbed a bunch of my different stamps just to add a little bit of something onto that. So okay, so let's get started. So these are going to be the base. You can ink them all individually if you want, or wait until you're done, and then when you cut them up you can ink them all. So I just have glue stick. I have wet glue as well, my tacky glue. If you wanted to use your tacky glue, you do that. Whatever glue you're comfortable with and that you like, use that, and then we'll just get going. Turn another light on there. All right, and I'm going to glue right onto this paper because it's going to all get covered anyway, so it's all right. So I hope you've all been having a good start to your week. It's pretty quiet around here. Braden was here for the night. We picked him up at school yesterday, and then he spent the night with us, and then and we took him to school this morning. And so Amanda, my daughter, she'll be picking him up from school today. Like at the end of this month, he's going to be going to a school here in town, so that'll be nice. It'll have him closer here, and then don't have to go out of town and pick him up every day. So Amanda will probably have comfort in that too, knowing that he's here instead of so far away. So it's all the same paper, I know, but it's going to get dressed, and you don't have to have the same papers. You can have them all different if you want, because once you add your elements and your stamps, if you're stamping, then it's all going to look different. And then I just overlap them a bit. Oops. I have glue on my fingers already, so now they're really getting stuck. So then, and if you have any overhang, it's okay because it will get, we'll just trim it. I have another glue stick handy just in case this one empties out on me. It's probably getting close. And then a gob of glue there. and then just pop it there. And you don't have to do one side. I don't normally do that, so I don't know why I'm doing it now, but I just thought I would go down the one edge, and then you can just fill in. And then if you're using the glue stick, sometimes the glue will come up after you've cut. So you can use your wet glue and just stick some glue in wherever it's come up, and then it'll be good. Just torn little bits. I cut off the backs of the pages where they're attached to the spine of the book just because they were a bit ragged, and there we go. And these pages are pretty thick. Scooping up that glue that was there. Sometimes I'm a little heavy-handed with the glue. Maybe I don't know if it's because I don't think it's going to go on or enough. I'm not sure. It's just, I've always been that way for some weird reason. Just going to keep adding. The print's all the same on every page, so it's just what has more than the other. But I like the little titles of stuff as well. And see, it's hanging over. It'll get cut later on, so I'm not concerned about that. And you don't have to worry about your paper being upside right, or it could be upside down, sideways. You can put it on a slant if you want. You don't have to do it straight. Like, you can just slap it down like this. Right? You don't have to have it one way or the other. So there we go. For interest's sake, that's what I did. And then this will, and then you can't even tell that it was a baby paper anymore because it's all covered. I was going to put a timer on, but everything shut off, so. And then it's putting in a number again and doing it, so we're just going to do it. I bought a little timer from Superstore, but it doesn't work, so now it has to go back. Isn't that the way? There we go. I'm just going to take off this. Just put it that way. It gives it a little bit of interest. All the, oops, big glob of glue there. So the weather, well, it's very, very frosty out today. There's a lot of hoarfrost on the trees. It's simply beautiful. It's just so gorgeous to see. The fog. We had such a huge, thick fog this morning when we were driving on the highway, but it didn't sock us in. Like, it was not right up to the car, which was good. Oh, I'm going to do this one upside down. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing and I'm not off camera, because that wouldn't be good. I'm just adding a bit of glue. See here, it's kind of raised, but I'll fix that when it ends up, if it's a cut area there. I'm just going to grab another little piece. You can tear it with your fingers or use your ruler. Some of them I've used my ruler, and then I use my fingers and just tear it. So this is a basic, I don't know if it's basic or not, but it's just using one simple element to cover. And then there you have a base, and it's very, very sturdy. Like, it's already thick. But, I mean, the paper helps, right? That's why you use the pieces of paper, and then it sturdies it all up. So I'm just going to cut these edges off where it's hanging over, just so I know where the edges are when we start decorating. And you can stamp first if you want. You can paint it, like add spatter paint. You can wait until you have some elements on there first. Or you can do it both. You can stamp on it now, and then you can stamp on it when you have your goods on it. So here, like, you don't have to stop. If you have colored paper you want to add, if you have things like that, then add that stuff now. And then you can just build it up from there. Like, I have this scrap piece of paper. You can use a punch for them if you want, and then add them on. You can wait. So I'm just going to start adding little bits. And if you have an idea of what you want to do with your masterboard, then situate your images with that in mind. Like, if you want to if you look at this corner and you say, okay, I want to make this side a tag, then put your image on it with that in mind. So where you're going to cut, so you can put an image and you can stamp all over it, and you can do that. But I'm just going to add my elements, and then I'm going to do some stamping, and then go from there, and just going to see what happens. This paper is so beautiful. You saw me working with it the other day, and it is just this stunning, yummy bit of goodness. And really, that's the only way I can describe it, because it is just so pretty. So I'm just going to add images on, and then we'll just add a little extra, and then I won't add any lace or anything until it is cut up. When I did it once before, I did add lace, but then I had a hard time cutting it. It cut, mind you, and it looked really cool, but like, you can do it. If that's how you want to do it, then you go for it. I just probably won't do that again. And this is just this piece here is just from the end of this card, the scrapbook paper that I used. But it had these beautiful flowers on there, and I won't let those go to waste. All right, and then I have this. So these were the extra papers that I had printed off. So that's what I'm going to use. And these are awesome because they have their own little elements on there as well. And you can keep it this big. I'm just wanting the cage with the bird there. And then you just offset it from the other one. And I don't know if this is the right way or the wrong way, but this is the way I like to do it. And then if I have something in mind, that's how I'm going to try and cut it. Or you can just do your whole entire base, and then when you're ready to make something, then you cut it up. Like, you do it however you want to do it. There is absolutely no rules. In my mind, there are no rules. You do whatever it is you're gonna do with this, right? And you make it yours. Like, I'm just going to see, really it's just deciding where you're gonna put things. And then this little image, it's little flowers in there. I'm just gonna tear it down. And I'm not doing any inking for this one right now. You know, later on, if I do another one, which I probably will, then I will decide if I am going to do inking or not. And I have a gob of ink on my finger. So I'm just taking more of this paper. And I'm not being very precise in my cutting. I'm just going to, because I like the different shapes and stuff that you can incorporate into your pieces. I'll just use that. It's funny how it does that. My glue gets goopy and just, yeah. There we go. So thank you for your comments when I did my project for Antonio using this paper. I so appreciate that. I was very much out of my comfort zone when I was using those papers, but I just had so much fun. And those papers are so stunning. Let's see what other ones we have here. And there's that rose. Just grab my ruler. So do you have a specific way that you do masterboards? What is your take on doing a masterboard? It'd be fun to know, actually, because everybody's different, right? We all have our own ideas and our own system, I guess you would call it, you know, your own way. We all have our own way of doing things, and this is just one way. I mean, goodness, you can do, there's just so many variables when it comes to doing masterboards. So it'd be nice to know how others do theirs. There, and it's looking beautiful right now. And I really like these little jars. And because it's on, or the jar, sorry, because it's on a slant, I'm actually going to follow that slant. And then I'm going to just do that. There we go. Just rip that off. Oh, maybe I have too much on here already. Maybe we'll just leave it for now. Sorry, I was quiet there for a minute. I hear talking at the door. And then you can add words. This just came off the baby paper. It says she is fierce. But you can add that if you want. I'm gonna save that one for a minute. Excuse me, I just had a drink of my coffee because it's sitting here. And then you can just grab your stamps, and I did not grab ink, if you can believe that. Just one sec. Luckily my drawer is just here. And I'm just going to get some black ink. Just the archival. It's a jet black ink. And it's the only one that seems to work half decent for me, if you can believe it. And then just, these are, I think I showed you these once before. They're just by Cloud9 Design. Clear stamps, and they're for edges. Just pull it off. Excuse me. And you don't have to use the whole thing if you don't want to, but you can use just little snippets of this stamp, right? And then you can just do that. So then you have those little stamps on there. You can just go in the middle, you know, and just start stamping anywhere you want. There's no, it doesn't have to be in a certain area. It can be sideways. Oops, I grabbed hold of it. And then let me just, and then there's these are just, these are like generic stamps. They're from Amazon, and I just use them to add elements to projects. And I think they look pretty neat when they're on the edges of stuff. But you can just do some of those, and then, I don't know, whatever these ones are. The little guys, they're kind of blurry when you look at them. But then it's a little half stamped image with some writing on there, like a canceled stamp image. Just like that. And so I just grab different ones for different elements on your project. Put some sideways. See, it doesn't matter how it is going on. It's just adding another element of goodness to your project. Right, so there we have some stamping, and I'm really liking this ruler. Like, it just looks awesome. And I think I might add a piece of it right there. See, again, so that caught on the edge, and of course I get a gob. Okay, and I'm just going to maybe offset it so that it's not straight. Yeah, so what do you think so far? It's looking pretty good. I think it's looking pretty good. Anyway, and then and you can add more, you can paint on it. I didn't bring my paints or anything over. Really, I just wanted to get some bases done and get things ready for cutting. And then what I like to do when I cut it, I think I'm going to cut this one down now. Normally, I turn it upside down and I cut. And then when I turn it over, it's like this really awesome surprise of goodness. But because I put things in certain places, I'm going to keep it upright. Just grab my cutter. I really was prepared. Well, okay, somewhat I was prepared. Okay, so if this is tags, like, and I know I have extra area there, but it could be a journaling card. Like if I cut it here, it's at 3.5, just 3.5 right there. So that's what I'm gonna do. So you could have either a really large tag or they could be journal cards. So, and there's that one. And I'm just doing them at 3.5. But because that one is, well, that could be a bookmark or a belly band as well. So maybe I'm going to do this one at 3.25, the last one. Bring it over a smidge and just cut it right down there. And then this can be a corner tuck on a page. It could be pocket, belly band this way, or you can do it this way, and see how the glue stick just made it not sit very well. So I'll have to redo it. So if I do, I'm just trying to decide if it's, let's see, 4 3/4. So that could be a tag, could be a smaller tag, of course. The same with this one, or they, you know, you can have both of them for writing as well. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't. And so this one, let's see, whoops, move that up. I want to have the bottom of it as a pocket. Like this piece here, I'm going to have it as a pocket. So I cut it at 4, but it looks kind of funky. I like it. And that could be a long tag, or it could be cut, but I think it would be too small if I cut it. And then this one, I'm going to cut it in half at 6. And then those will be a couple of tags. Just like that. And then that's how fast that was. You know, and of course you do not have to stop. You ink them up, dress them up. Now, see, now you can add your lace. You can add your little tiny images if you wanted. Like I just have these words here, and this is very simple, very basic, but you can just go all out and make these. I'm just going to add these words because it was sitting here. So why not use them? And I'm just going to add them in the center of those roses right there. So very simple, very easy. And this is just what I wanted to come on and show you. Just your basic collage masterboard. You have some stamping and some images, and then when you cut them up, then you can just make them as pretty and as full as you want. I'm just going to cut this one down. Our pages are usually 8.5 high, so I'm going to cut it at 8.5, and then that can be a belly band. And then this is a little extra piece. I mean, that could be a mini tag as well, right? It just has to be dressed up a little more. sorry. And then if you do your belly band this way, then you cut it down to your page size, and then you dress it up this way, however way you want to do it. All right, so that's what I have for you today. I'm gonna probably do a couple of more just because I'm trying to build up my stack again, or my stock for ephemera pieces. And I had something to show you. Do you think I can find them now? Yes. What we were working on the other day when we did our paper samples and stuff, I wanted to show you all of them that are finished. I have 16 of them done, and I have, I think, 6 more covers to go. And these are all the ones that I have done, just like that. Little ones, chunkier ones, and then there's those 3. So look at the beauty of this. And then this is the big one. And what I did, instead of staggering them at the sides, I didn't do that. I staggered them just at the bottom so that you could see all the different, and this is all wallpaper except for those 2 sheets there, I think, that I had added in. And then the rest is wallpaper. Oh, and then I have the a flower book page, and then I just covered it in a dictionary page. So that's that one, and some of them you have seen, of course, and then others I've just been kind of working on. So what goodness we have. So we can use them in our journals, in pockets. So if you have let me just fold up this page. So you have your page, you can add it to your page with a paper clip and have it floating. You can glue it down to a page, and then you have your papers to play with. Or you can just pop them into pockets. And then whoever has the journal can remove it and, yeah, just enjoy themselves with all that beautiful paper. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for today. And when we come back, I don't know, I'm thinking on what we're going to do. But I need to, there's a few things that I need to do, like I need to make some, oh, what are those things called? The wax seals. I need to make some of those. I'm just about out. So we might do something along those lines if you're interested in that. And then, yeah, just a few other things happening around here. So anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out and crafting along. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you all have a very blessed rest of your day. Take care. Bye for now.